not survive the night. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That's better. I guess you guys can call me Hearthead. Yeah. Be called Hearthead. That's not a bad situation. I should change my shirt, but I don't really feel like it. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like getting up and then doing all that. I'm gonna be honest. So honest. You gotta be honest. How y'all doing? My face is still so dry from the sun. I put on sunscreen. I was out there doing a lot of things. It was hot, horrible. I want to talk about this because the BET Awards was I didn't really appreciate the backlash about the BET Awards. I didn't appreciate it at all. I didn't appreciate the backlash. I didn't appreciate them not like diminishing the women work. And it's mostly the men. See, these characteristics is why I tell women the way. And it's like, if you're manipulated and you're lost about the reality of life in this dimension, I can't help you. I can't save you. You're going to have to go through deep understanding. And some people might find that a little pessimistic. I feel like it's more stoic, philosophical. I feel like it's actually a better mindset. I'm reprogramming my brain after years of PTSD. I feel like understanding the truth about society and everything, it's a lot. It's overwhelming, and my personality has changed. I feel like my brain is a huge encyclopedia of information about life. Um, and the truth. The truth. It's not the best feeling. You might feel like it's a downer. It's a, like, whatever, but it's not. I don't know. I think it's just like people have their purpose in life. People have a choice to think how they want to think. People have a choice to direct things to where they want to direct them. And that's my choice. So back to the BET Awards. I had no problems with it. And this huge thing, it needs more R&B representation. I'm going to be honest about the Usher performance. It definitely could have been more because we could have replaced Marsha, Tinashe, definitely those two. I think there's another one we could have replaced. We could have replaced Summer Walker. We could have replaced other people with male artists, correct. But besides those two, 3 or 4 women, that it was all the other women 8. Like, all of them. In Lotto. We didn't need Lotto. We should have got Ludacris himself. Besides that, everybody else 8. I feel like most definitely Keke Palmer 8. And nobody talk about how bad Keke Palmer 8. Like, did she sing? No. Keke Palmer did not sing. No. She did not. She was lip singing. But did she dance? And she was performing? Yeah. So we're not gonna not give her 10s. Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet killed it. Coco Jones, her vocal capability is out this world. Do I think that she killed it? I not it wasn't my favorite performance of the night, but she did her job. Like, we're not gonna act like people didn't do their job. But yeah, Marsha, it could have been Mario. For what you call it, after Marsha, it could have been Mario. Mario's a great singer and dancer. Chris Brown could have definitely ate the fuck down on Usher. I don't even like Chris Brown, but I know he can eat the fuck out of that motherfucker performing when it comes to dancing and singing. He can. That is his bag. They could have had Omarion. I agree with that. But the women that were eating down were eating, and we're not going to diminish that. Like, fuck, when Keke came and danced her ass. First off, people don't know Keke is a brilliant dancer. During the pandemic, she was having all these hip hop rolls, all these cool Jabberwocky dances. That's what she did all pandemic. People stopped playing. Keke is the hardest working woman in entertainment of all time. She is constantly using all her gifts and talents, and she gets overlooked all the fucking time. I'm gonna check everybody that does that in 2024 because Kiki eats down. And then we have Haley, Chloe. I always say, I'm sorry, I get to mess up. Chloe definitely was singing and dancing. Chloe's a great performer. I think that her brand and her approach is kind of lackluster. Her brand is lackluster because she decided to sell sex too early. Women are tired of sexual. I'm tired of sensual R&B like that. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with R&B that is sensual, but the whole promotion of it, like, let me think of an artist that I just like that. Let me sing in relations to. I can't listen to a lot of lovey-dovey, like super love, sad. Chloe music is now very sexual and sensual, and nobody. I don't want to hear that from an R&B artist. You got artists like even Victoria Monet has very sensual. Yeah, so Victoria Monet has very sensual songs, but it's written not raunchy, if that makes sense. Her sensual. I love poetry. Let me like really break it down. I love poetry. I don't care what you talk about, but if it's in a poetic, like beautifully expressed way, I'm going to eat it up. I don't care. I don't care about drugs, depression. Like, I love XXXTentacion. His music was very negative and depressing. The expression was gorgeous. That's what I care about. So Chloe ate down though. She's a great performer. That's her number one. She should be having a residency. Give Chloe a residency. That's what I think. Chloe should be a full-time performer. Like, she doesn't need to be making albums. No, she needs to perform down. Of course, Tiana Taylor gonna kill it. And Victoria Monet definitely was giving Beyonce. It was a beautiful show to watch. I had a great show. There were some people I skipped, but it was a beautiful show. Megan came, ate down. Ice Spice looked good. Ice Spice lost some weight. She looked good. Lotto came. I have nothing to say. Love Lotto music. Lotto, she's so busy with that rich man that she's talking about that she's not performing down. So because she's not performing down, I don't have much, but she is a very talented individual. And now we're gonna get to the podcast because it's easy.
You for allowing me to even be at these events.
Oh, they're talking about Victoria Monet. So Victoria Monet won all the awards. She ate down. Victoria Monet is an icon. She's been telling you hoes who she is. I've been a fan of Victoria Monet. We not. This is what I hate about a lot about R&B artists, and this is the problem when men are like, "Oh, we need to highlight more male artists." I've been literally promoted male artists down my throat, but a lot of male artists are not as talented as these female artists that have to play Usher, and all of them that are older. Omarion can't sing that good. Mario can sing, but he's not going to sing and dance as good as he just sings. Chris Brown is the only option that can do that. Chris Brown is the GOAT in the male R&B. Let's not play. In this generation, he's the GOAT. He could have done it, but besides Chris Brown, there was no other male R&B artist that was going to give Usher. The females are very hardworking. They sing, they dance, they do all of the things because that's what you have to do to stand out as a woman in the industry. So that's why I believe they did that. There was 3 or 4 people I was like, we didn't need those girls. We could have definitely put, like I said, another act like Mario. If the girl wasn't going to girl down, those girls could have been replaced, like I said earlier. But they weren't. So it's like, I liked it. Sexy Red, people, this is a huge controversial thing with Sexy Red. Sexy Red came and she was a parody. And I think she's funny as fuck. I like how she moves. She keeps me entertained. It was well organized. I'm going to give her 10s. I'm not going to be, like, we act like we didn't have, I'm so tired of old heads acting like there wasn't senseless music. There wasn't industry plaque, Manili Vanilli. There wasn't all that back then. Like, let's stop acting stupid. It is that. But the difference is the whole crowd is vibing with Sexy. Why is that a problem? Clearly there's people who like her music. Why are we trying to be the art police? Not everybody has to be Basquiat. Not everybody has to be Leonardo da Vinci, Antonio Dogati. Not everybody has to be obsessed with art. And I understand that. Even as a huge person who advocates, I'm like, why do we... I understand, like, some of my guilty pleasures are stupid. Sexy Red has been a guilty pleasure. There's a lot... The City Girls was a guilty pleasure. There's a lot of artists that are guilty pleasures. Like Glorilla, and she's a great artist. I like how she raps. She raps good, and the niggas like her too. Glorilla is a guilty pleasure. Those are not... they're not my top 5 artists, so I don't know why we're getting so mad that they're getting opportunities at BET Awards. It's about black people. It's not all about elite art black people. It's about all black people, right? And we got to be clear about being black. Not all black people are aware or deeply ingrained to the artistic value of music. That is something that our parents, a lot of people didn't, and it's sad. I'm not going to act like it's not sad, but the reality is a lot of us do not deep dive in music anymore. I'm one of the very few left. A lot of them don't care. So for us to try to police each other on, I'm glad somebody, it's crazy how the white people be making sense. Parks behind, he was telling Imani, he was like, but we also have Victoria Monet and Megan Thee Stallion that are great at what they do. So we can have a Sexy Red. We can have a mixture. Duh, we can have both. We don't need to just have one. Give everybody an opportunity. And I fucking loved it. I thought that was great.
Get up there and open and kill. I couldn't be happier for her. The music is on fire. And if I have to be petty, I absolutely loved the cameraman continuing to pan to Money Long. Wow, Victoria.
He's so petty. I didn't even catch that.
I'm like, yo, he ain't right there. What you mean? Who somebody from the DNC gate.
I skipped it a little too far.
Money Long is not, but I did like them panning to Money Long.
It was shady.
I like that.
It was shady.
I ain't even picked
Salute to both of them.
I like that.
Both incredible.
I like that at my award ceremonies.
A little bit shady.
Show me what the loser's doing. Right, it is exactly.
And when Joe says stuff, he doesn't mean it like the way. And I'm not here to pander to Joe, but because Joe has some questionable characteristics. I think Joe is a great producer when it comes to like his show, and a great person. I don't know. I do agree with him in a lot of music takes because he's passionate about music, and I am too. And sometimes he says stuff, when he says loser, he just meant a nomination. He doesn't actually think Mooney Long is a loser. She's not a loser. She has hits. Songwriter. She's great. But Victoria Monet is beyond that. So Victoria Monet wants to be Beyonce. And I don't mean in Beyonce. I mean she wants to be the next R&B star. That girl. She is on that path. She's so patient. She's 30-something years old. She looks fucking good. She's motivated. She's mother. Victoria Monet is mother. She is serving the girls down. And I'm so happy to see it because I've been a fan since Ariana Grande. I don't get upset when we've been best friends. I don't want to panic when you baby. Oh, like Victoria Monet was writing Ariana Grande songs in it was 2016, 15. It was around that Thank You Next era because I love Thank You Next era. I love Thank You Next. It's probably one of my favorite albums, R&B albums of all time. Thank You Next is definitely probably my top 20 of best R&B. And that's high up there for me because I have hundreds of albums that I love.
With the nominations and all that. Shout out to Victoria Monet.
Shout out to Victoria.
For sure. Big fans of both. Next on my list is Kamala Harris. I'm out here in these.
We're not going to talk about this. It's annoying. The pandering. I'm not into politics. I used to be such a big activist, and then I realized it's all a lie. I used to love The View And I love Sunny, and I love her take. She's a strong black woman. She puts it on, and she's passionate. But what I don't like is that she's not brutally honest about politics. And, it's not about either side right now. Until the Democrats win some Supreme Court justice, these liberal presidencies, like liberal voting, is not going to help you. And I grew up as a liberal. I'm from Cali, so I grew up as a liberal. Of course, I'm from fucking Cali. But, as I moved out of Cali and I observed the politics outside of the state, I started realizing, like, none of them are good. Not because they don't have the power. They're just representatives of our voice. They're representation of their party, of people who believe in what they believe in. But a lot of the times, people don't be lying about what they believe in and their angles and their purpose and their reason. And that's on both sides. And also the Democrats, if we all for the liberation and the empowerment of the people, why the fuck are we so soft? I don't understand. See, I'm a Black Panther. Like, I'm the type of person who's really about, I was Malcolm X before he was soft. Like, that's how I think. I'm obsessed with Fred Hampton. I'm a Pan-African. Like, I'm a Pan-African princess. That's who I am. I'm obsessed with Dr. Umar and his philosophies. Like, that is my thing. And we believe in militant action. We believe moving that way. So I don't understand. I can't be a Democrat if I see them letting people run all over them for the people. And then now they're letting people in the country that if you're a Black person, you're suffering. First off, this country has been, in where I live in California and also southern states, unless you live like by the islands, like unless you're Haitian or an African descendant immigrant or Caribbean immigrant on the East Coast, because the East Coast has a lot of African and Black immigrants, and I love that. But over here on the West Coast, we have like maybe Ethiopians and a tiny bit of Nigerians. But Black people are the majority, and Black people opportunities have been washed away by immigrants for years. Like, all these fucking Caucasian people try to gaslight, society and be like, oh, they're stealing our jobs. No, motherfucker, they've been stealing our opportunities, because it's what happens is that they start building, the immigrants, like from the Hispanic immigrants, they start building their own entity, their own neighborhoods, and also Asian people. And they prevent Black people and people like us from those opportunities. So they create their own opportunities, and they don't let us come in and benefit, but they benefit from us. Everybody benefits from Black people, but they don't want us to benefit in their culture. And a lot of people, well, you're blaming my parents. Like, no, you're part of the problem too. Because since you're us under 35 and 40, we've had opportunities to actually change the narrative, but you're not. So you're part of the problem. You're not like us. And that's why I'm huge on Pan-Africanism and what Dr. Umar says, because it's not, when they said, oh, they're stealing our jobs, no. They're literally taking from my community, making their own communities here, and also mandating a different language that most Black people don't know how to speak. You understand how it's ruining the Blacks? And on top of that, we don't even like each other. So no. And until Democrats really explain and express the reality of that, I can never vote for anybody. Because until that is come on, they're letting people in to wipe us out. Because if they populate faster than Black people. Black people, we're not populating. We don't even like each other at the majority in. So we're not populating, having kids with each other. They're populating, they're family oriented. They're having kids. They're going to wipe us out. They're going to wipe us out. And they already have communities. Like, I can't even get a job in a lot of places if I'm not bilingual where I live. And if you're living Southwest, Southern, Western Hemisphere, it's hard for you to get a job if you're not bilingual. You know that? If you're not bilingual, if you don't know Spanish, you're a black person, it's fucking hard for you. Because the white people have their elite jobs, and also the Indians and the Asians, they have their elite jobs that they've been running for years. And then the Hispanics have their jobs, and they're mandating a lot of companies to know Spanish. You can't mandate people to know Ebonics. Yo, that's what I'm telling you. People not paying attention. And I can't sit here and act like dumb. And because I can't act dumb, I can't really talk to a lot of people. But like, yeah, them pandering at the BET.
It's the government. I think that they.
Yeah, this is what started. Kamala Harris. That was a trigger for me. Pander.
So you're saying shut up and say, shut the fuck up and perform. I don't want to hear. This is not the moment for that. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
That's cool.
The more information I've been finding out, I totally disagree. I think everybody need to, on every platform, try to get some type of message out there. Just because the shit that I'm learning about with this Supreme Court, and how important this election is for that, which would affect our kids, like I'm talking about 40, 50 years down the line.
You're right.
I get it.
You had a whole.
Now I get it.
You had a whole year to do that. Don't now try to shove all that information into.
But I mean, like that's
into
what they.
a fucking award show.
It's not true. It ain't even just about the award.
That's
show.
not true. This is a place.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
you have a-
Hey, what's up, Mike? I agree what he's talking about. This is not about the award show. This is bigger in this election. I agree. Because the Supreme Court, that's what I'm telling y'all. The Supreme Court is what matters. Us vote. And yes, but I'm not I'm not gonna vote. Because I'm not gonna get heartbroken. I'm planning for the worst. And that's why I don't want to have sex with men. You know, that's why I don't want, because they're gonna reverse history. They're planning all these old hags that are not DIEIYNGing. They're still alive. All these old hags that are making all these BS laws that are still alive, they're coming to reverse history to when it was 1936. That's what they're doing. And I'm not any parts. I'm not going to be any part, because if I vote and it goes back anyway, I'll be like, fuck. So no, let the other people vote. And I'm surprised that it's not more promotion. People are not understanding what's going on right now. And they don't care because for fucking EDD. You niggas are weak. Fuck. You guys are like, they're so fucking weak. Oh, well, he's going to get our jobs. He's going to give us money and EDD. You think he going to give you EDD? You think that? He gave rich people $2 trillion and gave us $2 billion. Are you shitting me? He gave business people $2 trillion. He gave us regular folks $2 billion. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I'm so bad. I go on Joe Budden to talk about music, not politics. Because if we want to talk about politics, I could get in their ASS. That is something that I get so heated because I know the truth about what's going on right now. And that's what I told my therapist. I'm just going to save up money and move the country. She's like, are you sure you're just running? Yeah, I'm running from war. I'm running for men having control over my body again. And more abuse of men up the ruha. Yeah, I'm avoiding. Yeah, I'm avoiding. I'm running.
Of black people are going to be watching.
Who identify as Democrats or tended vote Democrats.
They're dragging. I literally put down 10 minutes. I don't want to see this shit. They're dragging it. They're dragging it. I don't want to talk about it.
A lot of people don't necessarily watch or listen to platforms where you could get that message across. You are guaranteed to have a whole bunch of people, millions of people watching, and they are saying this is one of the most important elections of our time. So if it's one of the most important elections of our time, we're going to use that time allotted to get a message out that could help our children potentially.
Guess what? And that's the other part that I don't like. Why do people just always assume because you're leading to black culture that everyone in black culture wants to be a part of that set group that you promote?
It's not a
There's a lot of motherfuckers in that crowd that probably don't want to hear none of that shit they talking about, who have already made up their mind to go rock with the other side. It's
possible. That's true.
So I'm just saying,
But
at this
there's
moment,
also-
you had.
And if you feel like that, then go. And if you feel like that,
Yeah, and let's be real. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real, y'all. This is patriarchy at its finest. Let's be real. People who benefit from patriarchal systemic roots do not understand the message. Do not understand how this hurts women and children. If women are hurt, you know who else is hurt? Children. Boy or girl. These type of laws hurt everybody next. These men and these women that think of under this patriarchal rule are not thinking about the future. And this is called generational curses. I know for a fact when I have kids, what I went through and what my mom went through and her mom went through, I'm not doing that. Because I have realized I've broke generational curses. The fact that I'm damn near 30 and I don't have kids. I've never been pregnant. I don't have kids. I've never been in a crazy marriage. Like the fact that I have that is, I went to college. I graduated college. Like a lot of generational curses I have broken in my family is because I know what is coming. And if people don't start breaking these generational curses and diving into their issues, instead of calling people victims and just going through some BS, be immature. People under patriarchy that benefit from patriarchal systemic oppression roots, they do not understand how it's affecting them because they think they're getting some type of gain, like money or opportunity. Not knowing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and community is poison. And you can't tell nothing to these people because in a capitalistic society, we equate success and happiness to how much money and how much things you got. Instead of what kind of person you are, who you are as a human being. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's every, and this is why I don't date. This is why I don't want to be with a man and I got dragged. Is because most men think about how can you benefit my life. And now these 2024 red pill, well, you got to have a table. What do you have to the table? It's all about the come from a come up. And I'm like, no, I'll come up by myself. Anybody that wants to help me come up are more than welcome. But I can rather do it myself and not look for somebody to benefit me. Because no. I feel like it's bad karma. I feel like it's bad karma when you look at somebody, how they're going to benefit instead of being genuinely caring about people. And I tell people like that, I like genuinely generous men. Men who really just like to take care and lift me up. No, nothing attached. And if the losers think I'm delusional because of that, then I'll be delusional. If they believe that, that's what I'm saying. I don't care what other people, because they don't even know who they are. They haven't done the work mentally, emotionally, spiritually to ever think they're going to tell me about anything about my life, honey. It's not going to happen. Instead of going through that route, they want to troll you and talk about you negatively and try to talk about your looks and stuff because they can't talk about your soul. They don't know you. You haven't done anything to them. You have no proof. These people are strangers. These people are nobody.
These people whose voice is so important to what you're trying to do. Don't use a third party middleman.
Yeah.
Give them the bag.
They might have given them a bag. Or they might have turned the bag down.
But that's different in comparison to letting them do it on their isolated experience instead of putting them all in a room.
My only issue is the absolutely terrible job of marketing.
Everybody does it.
They could do it sexier.
Bro,
Democrats never do anything sexy.
Yeah, let's get back to it.
Y'all don't have to live this way. Go ahead, it's fun. Politic later.
Okay.
Blue on the Hudson or some shit. Let's see. We are back. Will Smith does a gospel song on some type of burning planet with the Sunday Service Choir, if I heard him correctly, and Kirk Franklin.
This doesn't matter. This part, it doesn't matter.
And if there's one nigga that you can't ever hate on, it's Kirk Franklin. Oh. Huh? Will Smith? He's dealing with Manny.
He has hated on Will Smith for years.
Will Smith has been hateable for a few years. This song hateable. You don't like the song?
Wait.
I hate this part. Like, I'm just happy that they gave him an opportunity after Hollywood counseled him. And I'm not mad at what he did, because I want my man to be like that about me, and I don't give a what you say. But protect black women will always be protect black women. I don't care where we at. And my man ain't stepping about me about somebody disrespecting me. I don't care. We on stage. Maybe, and you know what? Okay. You okay? On stage is crazy, but what if it happened backstage? It still would have happened. Backstage, you still did it, but it's more PC. That's what I'm saying. Y'all would. I feel like if he did it PC, nobody would have cared. If he would have went to a comedy show, did it backstage instead of did it at an Oscar and embarrassing black people, nobody cared. But I feel like more black men need to step about their black women that way. And maybe not at the Oscars, of course, but I'm just saying in general, you don't see a lot of black men stepping for their black women on that type of issue. That's not it. Back in the day, you say something crazy about your black woman, it's up and it's stuck. Nowadays, like a nigga can try to hit you and he'll be like, until he actually do hit you, no, you get too. I like the dudes, if you get too close to me, he gonna step. Y'all supposed to be the protector, the providers. That's protecting. If you don't step for me, if you don't show up and step for me, then how are you the protector or the provider? I can step for myself. Because I'm the type of person, you get close to me, I'd be like, no. Like, you're too close to me. Like, you can't. No. I'm gonna stick up for myself. So if you a man and you not doing it, man, I don't even know if you're a man anymore.
Hey, give a hell of a damn about that smack.
I don't know. What is the use?
Black people phony. That wasn't too good. Black people phony.
It was.
We get over shit quick.
Chris Rock's face.
That shit was ass. Niggas would have had some more
I
jokes.
know you say that, but Chris Rock stepped to your business in the street. He's seeing you in the street. He's seeing me in the street. So that's half this podcast. So watch how y'all talk about Chris Rock.
I'm not disrespecting
Chris
Chris
Rock
Rock at all.
but let's be careful. I don't want to scrap with him.
You might get some get back.
First off,
And moving right along. Back to my trusty notes. I don't want to bore people with this. All right, y'all didn't love the Will Smith record.
Nah, they
No.
cool.
Shout out to Will Smith. I did like that record, and I like the Burning Planet, I Am Legend movie scene.
I
that
was so
going on.
confused by the imagery. Nobody else was confused by it?
I don't care. I just
I
fuck
didn't
with
care.
It was cool to see Will.
It was.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, fire.
That's
Okay, pirate.
I
Great.
did write down Chris Rock gonna fuck y'all up in that audience. Y'all was too excited to see Will Smith. They ain't give a hell of a damn about that smack. But okay.
It's over.
phony as fuck.
Yeah, black people are phony.
I ain't gonna lie.
Black people are phony.
That wasn't too good.
Black people are phony.
It
Fuck
was.
about that smack no
We just
more.
we get over shit quick.
I'm just
Chris Rock's face.
That shit was ass. Niggas would have had some more
I
jokes.
know you say that, but Chris Rock stepped to your business in the street. He's seeing you in the street. He's seeing me in the street. So that's half this podcast. So watch how y'all talk about Chris Rock.
I'm not disrespecting Chris Rock
But
at all.
let's be careful. I don't want to scrap with him.
You might get some get back.
I don't want to fight with nobody. What I'm saying is the black people don't give a fuck about the success of Bad Boys. They just forgot to slap and don't give a fuck.
We got over it.
We over it, nigga. Will Smith done did too much for us to hold the smack for like 10 years over his head.
It's just a little smack.
It's a little smack.
And we still love Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Damn, the smack might have solidified Will.
As what?
Stop playing.
Nah.
Niggas like violence.
That ain't the first nigga Will smack.
Sure enough ain't.
Will smack the reporter over there in England. Ain't
sure
nigga,
did.
watch your fucking mouth.
Kissed his cheek or something.
Yeah, real quick.
Still Philly.
Next on my list, yeah, still from Philly. Next on my list, Will Smith doing the gospel. This whole.
yeah, but going up there was crazy. Going up there in front of the thing, I wouldn't have done it. And I don't know, people think, oh, well, Will, Jada got. I don't think so. I think that people love to bring down Jada for, I don't know why they want to bring down black women so bad. It's like these black people, black men especially, are obsessed with putting down black women online. It's weird. It's crazy. It's corny. I personally don't understand it. I don't understand the huge disdain that they have for us. I don't understand. I would never understand, and that's why I'm like, I hate society. I want to move. Like, I'm trying to do my best to see how the fuck do I move. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's to the point where I'm ready to sell everything, get rid of everything, go to Europe in a suitcase and start over. It's to the point where it's like this America is burning in hell. Fucking literally. Do you see how hot it is outside? The global warming, that all the Americans, the Republicans, the weirdos, the dumb, it's embarrassing. In Europe, they've been not this fucking global warming shit, and most of the people are on board because it's science. This is the ghetto white country. This is the colonized country from the whites that is the most ghetto and the most ignorant. And this is crazy. I'm talking about this on 4th of July. But it's true. It's true. This country is the most ghetto country. The Europeans gave us this country like, yeah, let them take it. The British like, let them take it. Rubbish, release us. Release us from these clashes, goals, and scones. And now, look at the country. It's on fire. We're in hell. Everyone's mentally fucking ill. People are taking Ozempic. The fuck is going on? Dogs are trying to take Ozempics. People are obsessed with that. We have the vaccines. We don't have good government. People hate each other. Patriarchy is showing its ass. No. I'm already going to be alone here. I don't like Americans. I'm already going to be alone 9 times out of 10. So if I'm going to be alone and I might be alone somewhere else, I'd rather go somewhere else where I like the people. I understand the people. We connect better because I connect with a lot of people outside the United States. Like when I travel and meet new people, even when I go to international hubs, cities, metropolitans, but to be in this country, no. I'm to the point where years I want to be gone. And in 2 years, we already know what the president gonna start. And I promise you some shit. Yep, this is the beginning of hell. That's why you gotta sell all your shit and leave. This is the beginning. Yeah, this is the begining.
Whole thing is a Rock the Vote commercial.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we got
we
that. We can skip that. Glow killed this. Yeah, Glow killed this. This was her performance.
It was.
I love the pictures going around of her hanging in the air, getting tiny as hell up here. Was a breath of fresh air to me. One, because she was. Wow.
And it's still the turn up ratchet fun shit. Like, and I knew the songs.
And they were fun. And, you know, I even enjoyed her, like, trying to get the breath control of having to do all of this moving. Back to learning about people in real time. She's doing a lot of moving up there. She dancing. She got this tight-ass outfit on. She's doing a lot. And she did that shit. She killed that. And then Meg comes out on Glow set.
Do the remix.
And while I love that remix,
No. Yeah.
I love that remix that they did. When Meg is just a lot to deal with as she's performing. So Glow was doing great, but then you bring out Meg, who has been through this Beyonce training of performing.
You can see it too.
It looks like it. It sounds like it. But good. Good to learn what that feel like when somebody get on the stage with that type of effort.
Yeah, you think you're killing shit, and then someone comes up and kills it more.
That's the person you need to stand next to.
Yeah, facts.
They can help you get better.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I agree.
during this performance.
I agree, and I think Glow is shy, and I love that Glow really was like, I love Megan. I look up to her. She helped me out with my verse. Like, Glorilla's real. I love the relationship. Megan is a fucking go. Also, dumbass Joe. Joe, I love him on the podcast. I don't know him, so I ain't gonna say I just love him, but I love him on the pod. But he messy as fuck. He was like, oh, you know, the Ozempic. He said, I don't think Megan takes Ozempic, but I'm just saying they wanted her to be skinny. Megan's been training for 2 years now. She went on a hiatus for a year just to train and come back and pop out and show niggas. So we're not gonna say that. Megan's been on her shit.
Oh no, did I erase my notes? Oh, here we go. Then at the end of this performance was the part that I was waiting for all night, my favorite part of the show, a little butt twerk off. Man, I was in my bedroom watching. They must have just could read my mind. Nothing I would have loved to see more than two really little butts twerk side by side.
Yeah, that's petty.
Like little bumblebees, right? Little bumblebees.
They're having fun.
Some niggas out there like that.
Like two little mosquitoes moving. Hey, yo, come on, man. All right. Look at these little butts that move.
They look good, man.
I was like, yo, how are people
Nice little
being
butt.
how are people being tricked? But I'm like, oh, The little butts got that little half a bed sheet, the corner bed sheet that wiggles. You know the corner? Right there. It's not a cuff under the ass, but they got that little wet bed sheet corner that's blowing in the wind like this. You know the one. You know the one underneath there. They had that. Man was whipping that little bed sheet.
Oh my God.
Oh, good little butt work. Hey, shout out to the little butts out there.
That's right. Little booties matter.
Oh man, I wish you could get your ass, fat ass, Ozempic, flat butt, reduce the titties. Some of you talk, oh, gotta eat now, think it's bad. You bitches are confused, and it's tough to even keep up. Yeah. I'm a fan of some of y'all 2019 bodies. Some of y'all in 2019 was killing, and you just did something different. We got lip injections. Write that name down. Write that name down. The most beautiful girl in New York City said to herself, let me go get lip injections.
A lot of them doing it.
A lot.
Yo, you ever,
She didn't need them.
Her doing it.
I know.
She didn't
Yo.
need them. She didn't need them.
Her doing it.
you ever talk to a real
Oh,
pretty girl?
nigga, me too. Man, me too. I almost forgot to follow. Why I order? She fucked it up.
Yeah,
She fucked it up.
I'm telling you. Talk to a real pretty girl and then talk to her about the things she want to change about herself. I'm like,
It's a whole list.
Yeah.
nigga, what?
That's
You
what
want to do what to your
I'm
what?
gonna do
That's
this.
my shit. I like that shit on you. Why would you change that?
No, you're all right. You're all right. Where am I at on my list?
But I cannot stand when Melissa Ford doesn't stand on business when it comes to women. I'm really getting tired of her not standing on business. It's becoming a pattern. Like, come on, like, let's not act like why women don't. Are we dumb? Are you dumb? The first thing an ugly gonna tell you is that you're not that pretty. An old, ugly, weird-looking nigga with 6 inches, the first thing he's gonna tell you, you're not that pretty. If Beyonce is a 10, you're not that. These weird-ass niggas tell you. They tell you. They'll bring you up to break you down any day. So what do you mean you don't understand why they change it? Because sometimes thick is in. Y'all niggas get tired of fat asses, and then you want a regular ass. Oh, let's get skinny again. And now women are gonna be stronger and skinnier. Oh no. Go back to being fat again. Come on, like let's stop acting like we don't know. Like I'm really tired of fucking Melissa letting these niggas just ride. Just lie.
Killed it. Donald Glover intros, Killer Mike, you killed it. Love the speech.
Yeah.
My note here is I do not want to hear the presenter after the award winner at months in advance.
A lot of men.
This was a plan.
A lot of men on Twitter who were literally saying, "Yo, you know I was available."
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, we was home just watching.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, but y'all ain't fit our agenda. Get your ass over there.
Next on my notes, why does Taraji have painted abs on her stomach? Play the commercial, nigga. Whoever presented the award should never get the mic back to talk to the crowd after the award winner.
You can let MC like
Unless they're presenting
Yes.
another
Yes.
award.
Yes.
Unless they're
Yes,
presenting
yeah.
another award, then that makes sense for you to stay up there. But
Yeah.
afterwards, it's like it's
To a
weird.
commercial break, no, it was disrespectful to Killer Mike.
yeah.
Maybe not to him because he got arrested in that building last year, but that was disrespectful.
It's just not a good run of shows.
You shouldn't do it. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
it's MC Light.
Anyway, back to my shit.
First off, we never heard Killer Mike music, and you know what? You know what, BET? The constant dubbing of Rhapsody and not putting Rhapsody in the Killer Mike is fucking with me. It's absolutely fucking with me. Rhapsody had the best album, Rappity Rap, Spiritual Miracle album this year. Why is she not nominated? Like, this logic.
Here.
And it's not about the music no more. It's never been about the music when it comes to us.
Was good seeing Jaquan on the country set.
Yeah.
Good seeing Jay.
And now, this is why this culture, my culture is making me feel like this culture is illusion. Like, my wax lady was going to tell me today, oh, well, you know what? Black people or everything comes with black people. I'm like, yeah, but we're not getting paid for that. We're not getting anything but a culture vulture juice mate for people. Like, we're not getting any benefit from being a culture. Like, everybody else benefits from being a culture. The Hispanics came to the States, and Asians come to the States and benefit from their culture. They create businesses and communities that's only them, and they benefit from that. You can't even get a job in their culture, in their neighborhoods. Black people we have a very popular culture, but we don't have a beneficial culture. And that's my problem. That's the biggest problem for me. So we keep having Killer Mike as a nominee when Rhapsody has been putting out some great projects for 4 years. I don't understand the logic.
Come out with
Shaboozey.
Yeah, that was dope.
And
Oh my God.
Shaboozey, thank you, a guy. Wow, a man is performing, a nigga with a dick. Finally, they've acknowledged dicks during this presentation. I'm sitting there scratching my head all the time like, yo, does anybody have a dick anymore? So good to see Eddie, and his performance was lit. His song samples the Jaquan shit.
Right.
That was great. Jaquan is still performing like he ready for Live Nation to call him.
Word.
He killed it. Yeah. Back to my notes. Back to my
Like, and I'm
notes.
tired of us being soft. I'm just tired of my community being, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like it's an illusion. Like I said, I don't think my culture, you said, what do you think why do you think it's hard for our culture to create businesses like Chick-fil-A and Cane's or a product? I don't care why it's hard. It's not about because to me, that's not a culture benefit. Chick-fil-A and all that is white people stuff. These are white. I'm talking about the fact that Hispanics and Asians have communities where they all in the community benefit from it. They have their own banks. They have their own businesses. They have their own little restaurant. They have their own everything, a hospital. They have their own schools. They have their own ecosystem. Black people don't have that. We're very popular. People know who we are. People know who we are, right? They know what black people are about. But we don't benefit from people stealing our culture. We don't benefit from mixing with other cultures. We don't benefit, but they do. They do. Why exactly culture? Why can our community do it? Because we, as a community, decides to mix with, like, especially black men are 50% more likely than black women to mix outside their race. The fact that we have excuses on why we don't want to heal each other properly. We have excuses on why we don't have a togetherness because a lot of black people are selfish. Same thing in Africa. Like, Africa is a lot of disparity and a lot of corruption is because the colonization was really bad. That happened to us too. And the thing is that most of it is patriarchy. Black men are still men. Patriarchy is still an issue. And because black men do not want to lift up black women, black women, no matter how much black men abuse them, black women are going to choose black men number one. But black men will turn their backs on us just because we're not what they think femininity is. There is a deep issue with our culture. That's a problem. That's a problem. And we let everybody else run laps on us. And now we're stuck in a position where we can't. You know how many people I see homeless on the street when I drive around? It's mostly black men. And it's sad. It's black people that are really suffering. They let everybody else get resources. They let everybody else come in. But when it comes to us, we just, because of the selfish people in our community, which is mostly men, this black men, most of the selfish people are the reason why. Because instead of giving back to the community, they go off with other people's community and leave their communities behind just because they want to get away from the trauma. And that's understandable to an extent, but sometimes you gotta, after you get away and heal, you gotta come back and help the people. It's a problem, and I feel bad, and that's why like I said, I'm just gonna move because I really feel like our culture is not a culture. It's not a culture. It doesn't benefit us. Culture should benefit you. It doesn't benefit us. Just because we're popular, I don't think our culture is strong. I don't think our
Because
community
they were
is strong.
painted. Because they were painted.
And there's nothing no one can do, because it's up to the men, the leaders, to understand. Instead of pandering to red pill podcasts and being obsessed with these notions that put down black women so they can feel like men, they need to actually focus on how do we save the issue as a community. Until then,
They
it's
were
not going to
painted.
work.
I know how stomachs
Okay.
and abs move.
Okay, it's possible. Maybe a little bit of makeup contouring went into it because it was the point where she was wearing like exposed midriff, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is a little makeup trick. Maybe. Not saying that it was. Something's wrong with that?
Joe Budden's embarrassing me. I like Joe Budden, but them being so upset that it was women is upsetting. It's so upsetting.
You only need one.
It's so upsetting. It's so tone deaf. It's so not understanding. And Mel not speaking up because she's scared of the backlash and she's scared of people. She's being a punk right now and a coward, and she's not on behalf of the black woman of society.
Versus the multiple records that Sexy Red has
that are demographically
Add them all up,
challenged.
they still don't equal that.
They demographically challenged. You feel what I'm saying? Like that Tyler record is crossing all demos and transcending the states.
I understand that, but it's one record. To me, I don't know. I just
As a
if
new
it's
artist-
if it's machine against machine, I just would have thought that they would have,
It could also be them building a longer term relationship with someone who they think is going to be around probably a little bit longer.
That's a goal.
Maybe.
That is a good point.
I've seen them do that before. They built that relationship with Kendrick early. Like they knew you're gonna be here for a while, so we're gonna always want to extend that. So it could just be them predicting Tyler's gonna be here longer than her.
Congrats to her.
Either way, they both are dope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Congratulations to Tyler. They are both dope. I just was on the side of the audience thinking Sexy Red would.
and I think she should have won as well.
We'll get it. What's next here? Tyler is not black. I don't care what y'all say no more. Sometimes I've seen enough to just stand on it. That girl ain't black. I don't
What do you
care
mean by
nothing.
that?
What the fuck do it sound like I mean? I ain't arguing it. Think what you want. That is not no black girl. And it don't even matter. But y'all gonna stop telling me people's black that ain't black. That girl ain't black.
So what is she?
Whatever she is. I don't know what she is. She ain't black. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Don't try to pander.
I'm
trying to get me
I'm just trying to
into the trap.
understand.
I understand what he's talking about, because she's from a whole different country, and her parents are mixed with brown and African, mostly Indian. I get what Joe's saying. We need to stop letting people be like we're black and they're not in our black culture. Like, and also they don't have the same treatment as we do in our country. So we gotta stop letting people say, oh, they're black just because we're African descendant. Our culture is different than people from, but we're the same people. Let's get it straight. I'm a Pan-African. We're all the same people, but we have different culture. Like, I can't tell you just because I'm Nigerian, like genetically, I can't go to Nigeria and say I'm Nigerian. I can't do that. Like, I barely know Yoruba. If I go there and say I know some Yoruba, Simi Manu Mana said, like, if I try to go up there and act like I know something and I'm not from there, they're going to fuck me up. Same thing with her. You can't come to the States if you're from South Africa, especially if both of your parents weren't even like real poor and they're not black, they're mixed parents. You can't come and be like, oh, I'm a black lady. And I get it though, from her, but she's like, yeah, I'm not black, I'm not colored. But what you want me to say? I'm mixed? Like, I am a mix, or I just say I'm South African. I think she just say she's South African. I think that would just help everybody.
I know a black person when I see that girl ain't black. And just in case I thought I was bugging, I went up to the TV to rewind it and record. Stop, yo. That's it. And y'all gotta look at me stupid because what you are in background ethnicity is a hot topic today. I'm just saying that ain't a black girl. Why people get so uncomfortable about these?
I don't know.
Why does everybody get so uptight?
I'm not uptight. I'm just trying to understand
What does it fucking matter? I just wrote it down because y'all gonna stop telling me. That's like when y'all told me such and such could sing, and then I had to hear the next 5 albums and say, "Oh, okay." No, he can't. Some shit y'all just fall for marketing, and I'm not about to do it. And congratulations, Tyler.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
I see what's going to happen today. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I see what y'all doing today.
Who?
No.
Am I doing it?
Who y'all?
I'm here reading the notes, nigga. I'm prepared, ready to go. What's up? Who doing it?
No, go ahead. Continue. I thought we was giving it up today. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so
Who's
dry.
not giving it up?
No. Bad assumption.
I'm so dry.
Let's continue.
So niggas not giving it up. That's what you're saying. Like, what, like,
Listen,
what we gotta
I
talk?
smoke my notes. I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. I sat there and watched 4 hours of this shit to get to it. Taraji doesn't know Keith Lee. We did that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that.
We got that. We got that part already. They clapped when they announced OJ died on the thing.
That was interesting.
They clapped when OJ face came up on the thing. And rest in peace to everybody we lost. When you see all the faces together, it reminds you of just how many people we
Got a
lost.
couple of them. I'm like, damn.
Same. So, peace, love, prayers to the families of everybody that lost one of those really important figures this year.
Y'all thought that was like shade or them slighting?
That's what I was about to ask
I don't
you.
think it was that at all.
No.
I don't necessarily think it was them.
I think I was more glad that he was included and it's just shouting him out. Like, because I heard claps on a couple people that.
And it was a different clap. They clapped for Michael Dobbs at the end. It was a very different clap than the OJ clap.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, OJ. Huh?
Bill Cosby.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Bill Cosby, rest in peace. Yeah, they clapped for him. Very different than that OJ clap. The OJ clap sounded like, hey, good riddance.
I believe it takes caring leaders to make caring leaders. If you believe that too, join us at Chamberlain University.
Like, having so much hair is a hassle.
Find the perfect hotel for you on Booking.com.
That's what I get for, like, going to sleep without my bonnet on. I've been doing that lately because I just be wanting to go to sleep. Oh, you guys, shout out to,
That's what it said.
excuse me. Ooh, so ghetto. Okay, well, Joe, get to the meat and potatoes. But shout out to Cheeses, okay? He's my favorite, like, reaction channel when it comes to movies right now. I've been binging him, like, binge. For people with ADHD, we don't even like to watch things too long without, like, doing something else. So the fact that I watched him for hours and days, I love watching him. Shout out to him. And he actually got me wanting to do more reaction videos and understanding, like, because I love watching the movies. I don't know if I could watch it like he does. I think I want to react to reactors because I can't do it. So you guys put in the work, and I will always tag them and make sure I can also help with them with their own, you know. But yeah, I would love to react to my favorite, like what D Chanel does. I love what she does. I love her stuff. I love Abba and Fitch. I mean Abba and Preach. I always get them messed up because they all talk about Fit Fresh. She'll be in my mind, but you guys, you know. And I'm gonna stop it here because I'm just so tired of the pandering, and I'm gonna lay down. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. Oh my god! And it's good that I'm a nap because I got so much. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Bye, y'all.